guys, welcome to this new video. So, if you've read the title, yes, I have a theory about the 1.20 update. So, let's start with this. I think that the mangrove trees come from outer space. Why? It's because how are the trail ruins buried? Because if there's an asteroid strike, sometimes it can cause volcanic eruptions and bury entire cities, like Pompeii. It wasn't a It wasn't a It wasn't an asteroid, but the ancient city of Pompeii, not the Warden one, was buried in ash, and they literally had to dig to find some remnants of it. But with the trail ruins, all you can see is a little part of it sticking its little nose out of the surface. And also, it applies to real stuff too. But it's not really a real thing, but it's more of a theory that life couldn't have came to Earth because from interstellar stuff. It's most likely not true with his entire theories, but it could be. And another thing I have to support my claims is that whenever you find a cherry grove forest, they are always all together, but they're not very close together. So it's like bits of the asteroid went flying off into the distance and started growing into mangrove forests. And also, if you are concerned about the sniffer, I think it's most likely a sheep. It's most likely a sheep. And another thing to support my claims, why is there giant fossils in the ground? Like, if you put one of the skulls and one of the ribs together, it looks like a giant sniffer. Like, seriously. And And also, if you're asking yourself, well, how can one little piece of debris grow into a big forest? Well, I think it's pronounced pandoclone. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. You can correct me, but it's where one tree can clone itself with a huge extending root system. It also makes a reason why there's barely any ancient builders left in the overworld. And what I mean by ancient builders, well, dumb villagers that managed to survive. Well, some flee to the end, some flee to the Nether. But if there's villagers that stayed behind in the overworld, where is the rest of the ancient builders left? All there is ruins of their civilization. You also may be asking, how did it not wipe out all species on planet Minecraft or I don't know what to call it, but it's because of evolution. So some of the cherry grove forests, they are really they are in places very close to that look like plain tree biomes. And why do these sniffers need such big, boxy, furry coats? It's because in those years of ash, they had to evolve a protection against the cold. And if that's the case and they still have that coat, that means this could be not as far away as we thought. Also with the sniffer, not just the big furry back, Why do they have small eyes and such a big nose? Probably because during the ages of ash, they couldn't see their food through the big, large coats of ash, and instead had to, it had to smell it through all of the ash. Then with the sniffers, you might be asking, well, why are the big ones died out? Because their bodies were just so big, they need a lot of nutrients when food was really low during the age of ash. So they died out, but some of them managed to evolve to be smaller, so their body needed less nutrients, so they didn't have to search for that much food, because the time where food is really low, it's better to be able to need less food than to need a lot of food. And probably the ancient builders probably managed to survive because of the Allay. And if you don't know, if you get an Allay item, it will keep finding that same item. So the ancient builders probably used them to survive. They would basically give food to the Allay, so they would be able to find more food, because they are really good at finding things. And I'm not saying that I'm right. It's your choice to choose. But MatPat will probably find out if it's right. But if you made it this far, remember to like and subscribe. And peace out.